in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I built Gatherly, an Eventbrite Partiful hybrid, completely using AI tools in 5 days. So my name's Taylor Crouse, guys. Thank you and welcome to the channel. Just to preface, if you need any help with any of your creations, feel free to join my school community. The link will be in the bio. I'm on there daily to help you guys diagnose problems and make your projects and dreams come true. But nonetheless, let's get into the video, guys. With this, you're gonna need a couple different things, but most importantly, it's mindset, right? You just gotta be intentional about really what you wanna make and do your best to start. Remember, I didn't know any of this when I started. I just was like, let me just see if I can make this happen. And I did. So before I got into this, I tried another one called Base 44, and that kind of didn't really work that well. I was able to eventually get to my final destination, but it took a long time. It was very sticky, and Claude and AI and what's available now is just better. And you've got complete control over it versus these other ones, they kind of have you, by the ball. So they can basically own your stuff and you're just kind of stuck paying them for whatever, right? So in this example, you making this kind of project, it's yours. And that's what's really exciting and empowering. Nonetheless, let's get into it, guys. Here's what we didn't like about Eventbrite and Partiful to start. So with Eventbrite, we didn't like the fees, right? You'll see in this video, I'm gonna share at the same time. Eventbrite seems to charge almost 10% in fees, which seems kind of high for an event. And definitely is always like annoying, right? You go to pay for an event and you're like, oh, a 10% fee or whatever. It's just super annoying. You can't see who invited who. And my girlfriend throws events and they always had this problem where like different hosts would invite people and everyone's like, oh, I'm bringing people, or oh, I'm bringing people, but you can never really track like who was actually responsible for getting these people to buy their ticket. And also with Eventbrite, we had to make our own QR code to hang it up on a flyer. And so that was basically just an extra step that we had to do in making an event. So things we did not like about Partiful was that basically you can't take a payment, right? So I was like, oh, just sign up, but then like Venmo me and you can't track anything. And then also just like a busy, noisy interface. It's just a lot to process. And I'm not sure if you're like me, but I really like things that are simple. But we did like, there's ease of events, you can text blast, there's an explore page. Here's what we wanted to add. Obviously no fees, lowest fees possible. Super simple user interface. Which host brought which guest, and like a tally of that as well. And an automatic QR code generator. Easy scanning to check in guests. No rescanning available. Shows which guests are checked in. The ticket price actually changes at the moment the event starts. And lastly is auto-releasing tickets. So just keeping the demand high, right? You can set a certain amount of tickets and then release it later. Now basically before I got started on building this whole app, I needed to make sure my Claude was equipped with the right skills to essentially make it possible, right? So these are the skills that I got installed before I started. So I got design, I got Figma, I got ads agent, brand voice, marketing, project management, and engineering. Another important skill is a skill creator one. So get a skill creator. Then you just have to ask your Claude to help you install these skills and it'll kind of pop up with this kind of a menu. You'll probably see it later in the video. You gotta make sure you're actually on Cowork and not Code. Cowork now is a hybrid with Code. With these skills, basically just you can verify that they're installed. It should populate with something like this. Hey, basically a pop-up right here, like, hey, you can just click to be installed. And then I also asked it, let me know if there's any other skills I should install and I'll get them now. And this is what it prompted me with. You've got these ones. And if you don't have these, definitely get these brand guidelines, skill creator, accessibility review, design critique, design handoff. Make sure you get all these skills before you start your project. Again, they're free. It just takes knowing about them and asking Claude to do that. So it all begins with a prompt, right? So basically this is my prompt. And again, do your best with this, right? Like you're never gonna have everything figured out right from the jump. And if you try to, you're gonna waste way too much time when you're just gonna get your best idea out there. And then from there, just iterate it, right? And change stuff, because stuff will not work. It'll be different than you thought. And then you can just ask it to fix stuff later. So anyways, this is my prompt. I'm gonna just skim through it, but hey, I like to make it a website app that's a combination of Eventbrite and Partiful. But instead of them taking the fees, it's our turn. Don't need to take all forms of digital payments. We like this easy to check out. We like on Eventbrite, there's an option to pay to promote it. It's pretty seamless. We like on Partiful, that's super easy to set up an event. We like it's easy to RSVP. We like to send text blasts. If you a comment prompt, I'll just send you the exact prompt that I use just so you as a reference. But most importantly, feel free to ask me any other questions you deem appropriate to make this app as good as possible. That's a really key part of this because I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but this way at least I'm gonna get Claude to prompt me to help me make this thing, right? So anyways, it said, what would be the most useful to deliver as a starting point? I chose product spectrum wireframes, which is kind of just like, hey, give me a demo, give me a rough roadmap of what this is gonna look like, right? Claude built me the hi-fi mockups on my computer and basically gave me a demo of what it was gonna be. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, didn't need to be anything crazy, just mostly need it to work, right? Like as long as it works and it saves me money and makes our life easier, that's ultimately what we want. So from there, we just really jumped in, right? A lot of back and forth. And if you're not sure what to do, just ask Claude, hey, like when I'm clicking this file, like right here, I'm not seeing anything. And then it's like, hey, you just have to click this show in Finder, and then you can double click it and there it is. So a lot of that. Then it's gonna ask me a lot of good questions. Who's the primary target user event type? If you're not taking platform fees, how does the business make money? I'm not sure yet, help me think through it. Which platform should it launch on? Native iOS and native Android. So one thing you notice with Claude 2, it's pretty funny. It'll say, hey, it's gonna take 6 hours of work and it'll take like 30 minutes. So if it says that, don't be afraid, it's crazy. But anyway, so it gave me a bunch of great ideas. Even helped me with the name, right? It's actually the one that came up with the name Gatherly, which you can see here, which I thought was pretty great. And I tried some other names, but I just really liked how that rang. Also, it's like, hey, this is gonna cost you like $100,000 to make, and they take months. And I'm like, hey, but you can do it, right? And yeah, thankfully it agreed. So once we got the names figured out, I kind of started going through it, right? Like, hey, what should I stick with? What should I design? Next, I was like, hey, cool, give us a brand identity. Let's figure that out. Also, we didn't discuss it already. The app should have a one-tap button to share any social media platform. So stuff I didn't think about in my first prompt, I just added as I went. These are the 6 tools you're gonna need to use when building out this app. Now remember, you don't have to do them all at once, but you could sign up for them now. Might save you some time. You also can just start the project and Claude will prompt you when the next tool is needed, just so you don't overwhelm yourself. Remember, it took me 5 days. So first one is GitHub, right? It's gonna hold the code. So you can see here in GitHub, basically I've done a couple of these, but I have my Gatherly app. It's called like repo. Basically it holds all the code. The next one is Vercel, and this is gonna host the code, which is basically whenever there's a new deployment or new version of the site, anything we change, right? See door mode with the host attribution picker, door mode auto flips at price, right? I talked about that earlier. Payouts history, whenever I'm adding anything or changing anything, it redeploys a new version of the code we changed. That is all hosted on Vercel. Next one's called Supabase, and that is basically what all your database is, right? Of all of your logins and all your information of your users in the portal and the app. Then Resend is gonna send the emails. So kind of like this, right? Hey, you bought your ticket. Hey, you're in, here's the email. Next one is Twilio. This is gonna be if you want text or anything to text to your users or text if there's like a notification or like something's booked. The most important thing with that is actually to get a phone number going and then sign up for this thing called A2P registration. It's basically just verifying the number with like the government so you don't blow people up, and they've got like some restrictions on your phone number and texting and stuff and some rules you gotta do. But you wanna do this probably right away because it's probably gonna take like 1 to 2 weeks to get that approval for texting. I thankfully already had an account, so I just got to use my old number and it worked great. Next one is Stripe, to take payments and collect all your money. So these are the 6 tools you're gonna need to make this thing possible. So really when I'm building this, again, I'm just like asking a lot of questions and talking to it again as if it's an actual person. Here's an example. Also, can there be an animation when a guest QR code is scanned? Both the scanner and the scannee, their screen does a quick brief confetti pop and potentially an audible yay or something like this. For free events, the SMS can include a reply yes to RSVP. Twilio handles the inbound. We mark them as RSVP'd, even less friction than tapping a link. When we're building out, you're just going back and forth a lot with Claude about what you want, what you need. But once you're building it out, it's gonna do a lot of these kind of prompts. You're gonna wanna probably pin it to your toolbar. It's called PowerShell. So basically, you're just gonna go like, hey, there's a change. You're gonna copy this thing to PowerShell, which is just a program on your computer that allows you to like run and push code from GitHub to Vercel and does it like all in a jiffy. But basically I just copy it, I paste it, and I hit enter and it would run. And same thing with, so you can see PowerShell, 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 PowerShell. I'm just literally taking what Claude says and go copy, PowerShell, paste, boom, enter. That's all you gotta do. I wanna make one change as if I was gonna change something right live. So let's say here, let's make the scan tickets button orange. I'm gonna go to Claude and say, I would just screenshot it and I go, just so I know what I'm talking about, I would save it, and I would go back to Claude, and I would say, I would attach my screenshot, and I would say, hey, let's make this scan, and I would scan tickets button orange. And then boom, let's see what it's gonna do. So it'll think for some time, right? And then eventually it'll kick out this PowerShell process, right? So it's gonna dish it all out, gonna change the code, boom. Now I'm going to copy this and I'm gonna go to my Windows PowerShell. I'm gonna go paste, enter, bam. And then it starts doing stuff, right? Then it's gonna go to Vercel, and you'll see here in a moment, the code will change and boom, it literally initializes it and starts building the new version. You can see here typically it takes about like 45 seconds to a minute to like push a new version. Yeah, let's see in real time this change happen here. Cool, now it's ready, boom. So let's go ahead and go to Gatherly. I could probably literally just refresh my page and see if it changes it. Oh shit, boom. There you go. So it's just like that. So it's a lot of back and forth of like, hey, I want this, hey, I want that. Let's change it. And now literally just like that, you could change something in your app. Oh, and if there's ever a glitch, right? Like I pushed a PowerShell command like that. I switched to this, got this error. So be prepared to screenshot what you get back and send it to Claude. Say, hey, I got this error. What's wrong with this? Then it's like, oh, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. and then it'll be like, oh, here's what I got back on this one. So if it ever breaks, I just take a screenshot of it not working and then kick it back to Claude here. So here's my link, Gatherly. Just go to Gatherly.events if you want to use it. Again, it's free to use. The only fee is the processing fee, which is 2.9% from Stripe, and then 30 cents a transaction. So you can think of it like 3%. Nonetheless, this is it, right? So let's say I'm going to sign in. I already have a login and everything. It looks slightly different on the phone. This is just the computer screen share version, right? But anyways, here's how it works. So this is the homepage. Once you sign in, make an event, you can go right here to throw an event. And let's say I titled it Gatherly Video Demo. You can change the category, change the folders, or change the color gradients. Here it is, right? Let's say the event is next Saturday. Let's say 3 p.m., right? Cool. Then it's going to be over to, let's see if I can type it, 2026. And the time is going to be over at, let's do 7 p.m. Sweet. Sweet, let's do it. It's at my crib, and 123 Get Some Lane. City is, let's say Santa Monica, and let's get it. Let's say the price is $22. We can have unlimited capacity or like 100 people capacity, whatever you want. You also can have show attendee count, is on or off. You can allow +1s, and you also can pass the processing fees to the buyer or just pay them yourself. I did do a survey the other day and I asked my friends, hey, would you rather pay $20 with a fee for the ticket or $22 and no fee? And they both actually said the second one, $22 no fee. So we'd like to just keep that on or off, but you can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish the event. So once it's published, it gives you a little bit more customability, but here it is. So this is kind of what it looks like on the host side, right? So I can go ahead and scan tickets. If I'm on my phone, this just locks up with the video camera. Again, I'm on my computer. So, but yeah, you can see the real scanning. I can text blast everybody. I can invite past guests and contacts. I can gift a ticket, give a ticket for free. I also can sell tickets at the door. So someone walks up, hey, saw the event, just wanted to buy a ticket right now, boom. I can basically bring this up. It's going to give them a QR code to scan after I select which host, if you heard about it, or they're just a walk up, right? Cool. Hey, scan this right now, and it takes them right to buy a ticket right on the spot. Super sick. I also have my specific link. So hey, from my host link, then they sign up through this one. And again, if I want to make a flyer with a QR code on it, here is a QR code that it, once again, goes to my direct host link. I can also download this image if I want to. Here I can invite co-hosts. Yeah, that's pretty much mostly the user interface. Once we edit this again, we can do some more things. Like, right, I can choose a file to upload the preview of the event. Let's just pick one recently that I was doing. I also have a solar company named Helios Energy Global. So if you ever need solar or batteries, hit me up and hit us up and we can definitely give you a hookup on that. Now that this is live, let's say the pre-sale, the ticket ends. It ends Saturday at, let's again make it 3 p.m., right? The start of the event. The door price is now, once the event starts, it changes to the door price on the event. Let's say it's $25, right? Someone's driving the event, forgot to buy a ticket, they can buy it online, but now they're still paying the door price versus like squeaking in with a pre-sale ticket and still saving time by freeing up that person at the door because they still bought their ticket early. Let's save those changes, and then if I wanted to auto-release more tickets, I can schedule more tickets to open up automatically, keep the demand as high as the tickets run out, right? Let's say I want to release 10 tickets, and let's just make the day before. Let's do the 19th. I can release tickets, right? So I schedule that release, boom, it's locked in there. And I can also save my changes on the door price and stuff I did earlier. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I want to see the public page, it kind of looks like this, right? Super duper simple. Pre-sale, the door, my image, the time, the date, just like really everything that you would need without being way too busy, right? Here are my past events. You can see one that we actually did recently here using the app. We had about 44 tickets sold, had a pretty good turnout. Here are the Stripe fees, which again, we're not making any money on that. It's just actually what Stripe charges to process the payment. Yeah, here's our payments we got. It released to us. Here are our hosts we had for the event. I was on there, as well as a friend of my girlfriend. I referred 9 people, he referred 20. You can see the total sale value of all the tickets we sold. My girlfriend comped a ticket. You can even check which guest and who referred them. Okay, this guy referred this person, so you can kind of see like who referred who. Basically, the app is like web hosted right now. We're not going to quite put it on the Apple store just yet until it's like super duper good, but it's basically there. So with this, guys, thank you for checking the video. Again, if you're interested in learning more how this works, or just want help on your project specifically, or just want to hire us to do a project for you, you can join my school community, DM me there, and be happy to help make anything you want possible. There, guys, again, thanks for tuning in. Much love. See you soon.